Hello there again. On behalf of Astromatrix, my name is Marcelle, and I'm here today to talk to you about the retrograde that's going to be happening with Saturn on the 4th of June. And Saturn is in Aquarius, and it goes backwards all the way through to the 22nd of October, where it then goes direct. So it starts going backwards, retrograding at 25 degrees of Saturn. So it's quite close to the end of Aquarius, but now it goes backwards. So we will experience this year with Saturn continuing in Aquarius, where next year it then moves into Pisces. So let's first understand what Saturn is about and what Saturn in Aquarius is about before we explore what it means to go backwards. So Saturn is connected to Chronos, it's connected to time, it's the restrictor, it's about responsibility, it's about the time and effort that we put into something in order to achieve results. It's a malefic planet, which means that it's not an easy planet. And it's the planet that teaches us our deepest lessons. It's connected to the Father, and it is also connected to the collective. So when Saturn is moving through a specific planet, its influence is affected by the energetics of what that planet represents. But at the end of the day, the essence of Saturn is about responsibility and restriction and control, and learning through that restriction what hard work means in order to achieve our goals. So depending on where Saturn lies in your chart, as well as where it's transiting through your chart, as well as where it natally lies, we'll give a lot of information as to what it is that we are exploring at the moment with Saturn about to go retrograde. So as we all know, Saturn, any planet going retrograde means that it's going backwards, or at least it's perceived to be going backwards, but we're not going to go into the complexities of that. Let's focus more on Saturn and what it represents. So when it goes backwards, it's very much taking time out, depending on where it lies in your chart, not only natally but also in transit, taking time out to review whatever the area of that chart is, whatever the house is that it's transiting through. Reviewing what responsibility means, what structure means for you, what control means for you, and what lessons you're needing to learn that take time and commitment in order to achieve. So the energy of Aquarius is in fact, it's in its rulership. Saturn is ruled by Aquarius, and it's also ruled by Capricorn. So we had, when lockdown happened, Saturn was in Aquarius, in Capricorn, and Capricorn very much has to do with governmental control with Saturn, because Saturn is about the collective, and it's also about governmental structures. And Capricorn is very entrepreneurial, and it's also very much connected to power. So the first movement of Saturn in its rulership through Capricorn, Saturn was very strong. And there was a lot of restriction and control for us as a collective. But also for us on our individual level, we were really grappling with responsibility around control, around our sense of power, our drive, and there were big lessons that we needed to learn around that. What's happening now with Saturn being in Aquarius, where it's again in its rulership, because Saturn is ruled by both Capricorn and Aquarius, we're now examining our responsibilities from a more evolved perspective, because Aquarius is, it's very much connected to the collective. There is an objectivity to Aquarius. It's not a personal, it's not about, for instance, like Leo, which is very about me, and it's about my performance and my routine. Aquarius is more detached, it's objective, but it also has an overview, a higher vision. It sees a bigger picture. Similar to Sagittarius. it is an air sign, Aquarius, so it is intellectual, whereas Capricorn is an earth sign, so it's more grounded, it's more, it was also, we were exploring issues around more earth-grounded issues, but now we're moving into the realm of the intellectual with Saturn in Aquarius. So it is about the community. It is moving from the top-down heavy structures, the more horizontal and vertical structures that we experienced in Capricorn, especially with governmental control, where potentially we're moving into, we as the people, starting to recognize and realize what is important and what is right, and we're questioning what it is that we really want and where it is that we want to go, and we're getting a higher perspective over this. We're starting to see a bigger perspective. So if you know an Aquarian, you'll know that they have a vision. They're visionaries. The Aquarius energy is very much forward thinking. It's very innovative. So we are needing to learn lessons and responsibilities that take time and dedication through restrictions that we're experiencing, whatever area in our charts it's playing out, around those themes. What is a more evolved way of perceiving something? What is a higher perspective of looking at that area of our charts that requires new perspective around responsibilities? We're also exploring what's really, really important for us, where it is that we want to go with our lives. Are these areas in our lives that we've been putting so much energy into important? So, Aquarius rules the 11th house, and the 11th house has to do with hopes, dreams, wishes. But in order to achieve those hopes, dreams, and wishes, we need to work really hard for it. And it's also connected to the community. So this is also a potential time of how it is that we can start looking at working with others, better teamwork, learning to align our values with others. We're so much more stronger as a collective than what we are as individuals. How can we bring our energy and our resources together in order to achieve our goals? So on the 4th of June, Saturn goes retrograde in Aquarius. It's at 25 degrees. It goes all the way back to the 22nd of October at 18 degrees, and then it moves forward again. Obviously, Saturn enters into its shadow period, so it's already in its shadow period now before it goes backwards. And then once it goes direct, it's still in a shadow period all the way through till January. So during this time, we will be reviewing what our responsibilities are. As well as our perspective of what our responsibilities are, as well as seeing a greater perspective on how to work with our responsibilities. Is this aligned with where I want to go and what I want to do? And how can I do this working with community, working with others in a more harmonious way? And wherever we have issues around that, it will get shaken up. So, for instance, the fixed signs will be experiencing the most intensity around this. The fixed signs being Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, and Leo. And the reason for this is because they are in squares to each other. Aquarius is in a square to Aquarius is in a square to Taurus, which is in a square to Leo, which is in a square to Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, and what is the fourth one? Oh goodness. Okay, so they're all in a square to each other. So this is an area, it's an aspect of tension, and it's not comfortable, and it's a fixed sign. And for each one of these signs, they're fixed signs. They don't like change. They want things to stay as they are. And this is part of the problem, because things are needing to change. Things are needing to evolve. So for those with a lot of fixed signs in their charts, this could be a period of difficulty for you, really forcing you to examine what needs to go and what needs to change. For the cardinal signs, Aries, Libra, Capricorn, and Cancer, It is also difficult, but it's more socially and financially orientated, and it's more about making adjustments to those areas of your chart. And then lastly, for the mutable signs, Sagittarius, Virgo, Pisces, and forgot the fourth one. For you, it's probably going to be the easiest, as it's more a Gemini. Sorry, so it's Sagittarius, Pisces, Virgo, and Gemini. These are the mutable signs. So these are the least affected by it. At the end of the day, a retrograde is for everybody. We all experience that period of review and needing to examine where we are not bringing enough responsibility, hard work, commitment, and dedication to our lives. So this is potentially a powerful period to get very clear on where you want to put your energy into, what you want to commit to, and what is ready to be released in your life. So thank you for your time. I hope this brought some insight. Wishing you all the best with your journey. Bye for now.